Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning on Regan Says. Listen, okay, so I'm going to be all over the place today. I'm just giving you forewarning, but stick with me. Um, my weekend this weekend was amazing. It was truly amazing. So the title of today is My Reset Weekend, and I'm also going to talk about a detox session that I had with Kelly Blankenship at oh my gosh, Agape Holistic Center. So I'm at the end of this video, like after I finish talking, which I'm gonna try my best not to make it like really, really long, but it might be. But right after that, it's gonna be an interview with Kelly and then my experience that I had a foot detox. You guys don't want to miss that. So just stick with me. So this weekend was my reset weekend. So what I decided to do, I have been kind of out of town for the past 2 weeks and just kind of moving around and doing just like too much. And, but not really doing enough, if that makes any sense. So nothing that was really like productive. Like I had my event, yeah, but home life was slipping. Like I hadn't been cooking. My house looks crazy. Like it's so I intentionally said that this weekend I'm going to clean my house. This weekend I'm going to go grocery shopping and make my list out for the month of what I'm going to cook. Get my crock. Listen, fall is here. Crock pot is going down. So I made some fire. Listen, I didn't make this in a crock pot though. I made some fire chicken and dumplings. Fire. I'm not particular about them, but my daughter loves them and she wanted them, so that's what I made. But grocery shopping, getting my meals together for the month. About what I'm gonna cook and do like how my mom kind of did, which she did, but she didn't kind of cook the day before. So when I get home, all I have to do is pretty much warm up everything, because the days are getting ready to get longer, shorter. I don't know. It's gonna get dark earlier. And who's gonna, feel like coming home and cooking? Not me. But we need to quit eating out so much. These past 2 weeks, it's been ridiculous. I always eat out, but it's been ridiculous this past 2 weeks. Going back and budgeting. Typically, I try to have a set amount of money that just to kind of blow. I have some going in the savings and some in my business and all that good stuff, but a little bit of money that I can blow, and I haven't been sticking to that at all. So just revisiting my budget, my plan, uh, doing my ROI, so my return on investment. So seeing where my money is going and if, wherever I'm investing it into, whether it be time with people, or time and or think money that I'm spending, I need to see what the return is. So is it something that's worth my time? Worth time is currency. You can't get your time back. So making sure that my ROI is good with that. Spending time with my daughter. So uh, I knew she needed some face to face time with me. Like I see her every day, but with my phone down and really interacting with her and maybe doing some things that she wanted to do. So we hung out this weekend. We had face to face time. So I was kind of off of Facebook. I did get on for a minute just to post my brunch, which I'm inviting all the ladies out to brunch this Sunday. If you're coming, drop me an inbox. You can also register on my website at All Things Regan, Regan. It is free for registration. The buffet is $20. So just make sure that you let me know that you're coming because we do need an accurate head count. Let's see. So spent time with my daughter, budget checks, ROI. I worked on my t-shirts. Listen, t-shirts, journals and mugs, like all my merchandise, my merch has gone through the cracks as far as me working on it. Like I have an opportunity in a space to make over 500 t-shirts, and those little things that you put on the back of your phones. I can't even think the name of them. I can't think of them. That hoodies, sweatshirts, long. Like I have not done any of that in months, and even though I'm still selling them on my platforms, I could make more money if I would make more t-shirts. So that's what I did this weekend. So I worked on my merch. Balance checkbook, got food, recipes, gonna cook, got my mind together, plugged in the sermons, talked to my daughter. talk to my husband, just getting my mind right. Like, I have been extremely distracted for the past 2 or 3 months, like extremely distracted. And I said, I got to do something about it. Like, I've got to get myself centered and focused. One thing about me is, I'm not going to say I love money because I don't love money, but I love making money and I love stability. And when I'm feeling like my footing is slipping and I'm not focused, there's a problem. And I could be making more money if I was more focused on doing the things that I'm supposed to do and not what I kind of want to do, but what I'm supposed to do. And this weekend, I hit the reset button, not even over my food, which we'll talk about that here in a second, but the reset button on that, things that I need to be doing, weeding out the things I don't, just getting myself back together. And I feel amazing. I had a long talk with God Friday, and he was basically like, just get off of social media for a minute. I know you use it for your business. I know you use it when you're, maybe bored at work, because I do have a desk job for the most part. And you just need to come off for a minute and center. Come and talk to me. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. Listen, my weekend this weekend, it was so productive. And I feel, even like after I talked to God, I even felt better. Like, I've been kind of keeping my mouth shut and talking to him because of a few things. And, it was really just condemnation. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to talk to him. And we had a conversation like how I'm talking to you. And I was like, Lord, X, Y, and Z. And X, Y, and Z. And he's like, I got it. Let me help you. And I'm talking about within like minutes, I was feeling better. So my weekend, like, listen, these are my notes. I'm sorry. My weekend was nothing short of amazing. Just with the productivity, the things that I got done, like I was still able to work my second job. So like I had to go out of town for that, come back. I've been on the road, but I was still able to, do part of my house because I still got a lot of stuff to do with that. But I was very productive. And just this short weekend, I was more productive in this weekend than I have been in the past 2 months, which is crazy. Excuse the hair. I'll be back to long and luscious next weekend. Because, honey, I have been wearing this hair for a long time. And I was like, I don't even like this anymore. But I got to do something because it got taken out this weekend. So, anyway, that was a side note. So, let's start with, I told you Friday, got to work and doing something, got really, really good sleep. Really, really, really good rest, like rest that I really, really needed when I shut down. Saturday morning, I had this is a lady that I met at my networking event that I had a few months ago, Beyond the Business Card. So she came to that event, and her name is Kelly Blankenship, and the name of her business is Agape Holistic Center. And I would tell you the backstory about that, but I'm going to really try to keep this video short. I had made an appointment with her a week or so ago and couldn't make it because I was out of town. But I rescheduled, and I said, I can't miss, even though I kind of wanted to sleep. And I said, you know what, I can't miss this because I need to detox. Like, I need to detox like all the bad foods and all the bad stuff that has entered my body. So I said, I just need to detox from that. And so I said, I can't miss this. And what it is it's a foot detox. Now, I researched this maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago, maybe even two. It's been a while, maybe 2 years, I'm going to say, but nobody in Knoxville had it. And so what it is it's like a ionic pool, and that's what I'm going to call it. So you use Dead Sea salt. So you can use different things, but Kelly used Dead Sea salt, and then I can't think of what she called the device that's in there. But what it does is it pulls all the toxins out of your body. Depending on what that is, and it's going to come through your feet into the water. So the chair is like when you go and get your feet done, and just really relaxing, really soothing. And we sat and talked, and she offered me tea, and it was just really, really relaxing, which I needed to do, just kind of rest and just talk and chill out. And even if she, you don't have to talk, but we were talking because I want to get to know her as a person, but also in business as well, and see exactly what she does and what she knows. And she shed a lot of light on a lot of different things. So I got that information as well. But Listen, y'all are going to see pictures. So please don't like click off of this video and not see the bath, because I really want you guys to go and show her some love with her business, because we all need a detox. Like, there's stuff in the environment, not only our food, but in the environment. Like, I had looked like metals. My water looked crazy. Like, you'll see. Um, you'll just see the pictures. But I feel a lot better. I was a lot more relaxed. Um, you'll see. But it was a good day. So after Kelly, I had to make a run. I had to work. Uh, did I have to work? No, I take that back. My daughter and I went to get some breakfast or lunch, because it was around that time. And we went to Waffle House, and this little fella came up to me. Now, mind you, ladies, you all know when you get cute. During the weekend, I always dress up during the weekend. I like during the week, Monday through Friday, hang it up. It's not happening. The weekend, I'm nice. Every weekend, I'm gonna make sure I'm nice. And I also make sure my daughter, now she likes to dress up, but all the time if she can, but I've kind of shown her that. But I told her, I was like, look, make sure you look really nice when we go out. Not that we were really, well, of course I'm going to see, Kelly, because we're in business and I don't want to look crazy. But on the weekends, I pay special attention to how I look. And at the Waffle House, honey, it was packed. And this little fella came up to me, and he was like, hey, I was trying to get your attention. And I was like, okay. And he was just saying that, giving me the story about how I reminded him of his wife and I guess he had a wife and a daughter, some daughters or something like that. And how pretty I looked, and, how well Kennedy was kept, and just telling me these stories, and just to keep it up. And you're beautiful, and she's looking nice, and just keep yourself up like you've been doing. Like, he was like, you just look really nice. So he just kept going on and on. And I'm like, okay, thank you. But you already know when you're looking cute. It's like, I know. Thank you. Anyway. So anyway, we ate. Food was excellent. This weekend was excellent. I don't know if I'm just being extra, and that can happen too. But the little fella, I believe, I don't know, pay for our food. Somebody paid for it. But I think it was him, because he was like right here in my face. But I think it was him. So he paid for Kennedy and I's food. I'm going to say it was him. I don't know who it was packed, but I'm going to say it was him. And the lady wouldn't tell me who it was either. So I just tipped her, which was cool, because that was money I didn't have to spend. I'm not mad at that. Thank you. Went and took Kennedy somewhere because she wanted to go hang out. So we hung out for a minute. Then I got called to work. So I had to go out of town. Came back. Had a meeting. Yes. Listen. So I had the last time I met with my mentor, he told me that I have to learn how to delegate. I told him I had a problem with delegating. Then a friend of mine, he was telling me, you have to learn how to delegate or you're not going to be able to grow. So we kind of had that conversation too. And he was just telling me that most entrepreneurs or people that start stuff have a hard time delegating, because it's like your thing. You don't want to, have anybody mess your stuff up. But I need help. Like, I've been needing help like maybe the past 2 years, but now I really need help because my audience is growing. I'm coming into contact with people I don't know. And I always want to, keep my main people, but also grow with different people. And a lot of the time with like advertising, things of that nature, word of mouth is going to always be a good form of, your marketing or your advertising. And I always want to make sure that I treat my people well when they come and they are in contact with my business, always. But I need whoever that helps me to have my heart and my vision. So I scheduled a meeting, or we scheduled a meeting together. We met Saturday, and we met at this cute little place, the pharmacy. I think it's the Phoenix Pharmacy on Market Square. Really cute place, little upscale ice cream shop, like the old school, like the pharmacy, but they had the ice cream shop, and it was really cute. And I mean, the lighting was like, they have internet. It was really nice. So different, because people meet at coffee shops. I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't drink coffee, so this is a little bit different, and I wanted something sweet. So I got a brownie sundae and it was really, really good. They're expensive. $25 for three things of ice cream. My daughter got a milkshake. She got a something, German chocolate, something or another. And I got a brownie. That was $25. That was a lot, but it was really, really good. And I like the atmosphere and the experience. So I guess you're paying for the experience, which I'm not mad at. I like to eat out. I like the experience of going out of town, out to eat, just being out. So I don't mind paying for it, especially if it's something like really good and good quality. And especially like if you got a little date, I'm all about a date. At nighttime, that would be a perfect place to go for a date. They close at 11. So just something spontaneous. Take your baby downtown, your boy, your boo, your whoever, and go have ice cream. It is a nice place. And at night, I'm sure it looks really, really good because you can see, the passerbys, people passing by. And the lighting and everything. So I'm sure at night is excellent. But we had our business meeting there, and it was almost like, and I'm not even gonna say almost, she has attended my events before, so I am familiar with who she is, which is great. And I like that. I like that more so than people that barge in my inbox and say, let me talk to you, and I'm the answer, I'm the solution to your answer. I've had that happen. I look at those people with the third eye. I'm gonna be honest. Try to get to know me first. And I'm not one for trusting really soon anyway. Like I gotta know you. I gotta know your character. We gotta have some type of history for me to like open up in anything. So you can't just hit my inbox and be like, hey girl, I can do X, Y, and Z. No, I gotta get a feel for you first. I just do. Um, I was gonna say working on it, but I'm not, because even in this business, in my line of business, it's ridiculous how many people. I'm not gonna talk about it, but it's ridiculous. And a lot of people think I have this clout and this pull, which I don't get. Like it's coming, and I know a few people, and I know a few things, but just how people try to attach themselves to me, and I'm very picky about who I deal with. Very. Like if I deal with you, and I was going to say consider yourself blessed, consider yourself blessed. I can't apologize for that. Like I can't. I know I'm a good person and I treat people right. I try my best to treat people right and do right by them. Same thing. Um but I think this was with anybody. I got to protect my space. And sometimes, I'm not a good judge of character when letting people in my space. That's another story. But anyway, had this meeting, and everything she said, I was like, where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? Like, where have you been? Seriously. Like, and I'm not going to talk about everything we talked about because it's none of your business. But I'm telling you, we're going to start working now. But when January hits, baby, listen. Listen. It's going down. Like I'm excited. That's all I got to say. I'm excited because now I have room to breathe. And she's not the only person. It's two people. It's her and somebody else. And they both have created a rapport with me. And I like them as people. I get a good feel. I get a good vibe from them. And that they're not trying to latch on to me for anything. Like they don't need anything. They're not trying to get a leg up. They just genuinely want to help. And I've been asking God for a while, like, where's my help? But then I know he's been kind of working on me because I'm very closed off. I can be closed off. If it's weird. I'm open, I'm transparent, but I'm closed off about some things too. So, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, two people. The meeting went extremely well for my event in April. And let me talk about my event in April. So I have two events in Atlanta, one in March, one in April. The first one is the Mastermind Think Tank. That one is on schedule to happen. Sister Brown and Sister Brianna and Sister Fletcher and I will be working on that. So I'll have information about that later. We already have the hotel and all of that stuff. We're just working on pricing and exactly what we're going to talk about and how we're going to talk about it and the flow and everything. April, it can be done. I worked on that this weekend too. The thing about April is I've picked the hotel. I've got the room rate for the hotel. For some reason am having a problem with the sales rep for the room. So I've spoken to her. I called her Wednesday and I told her that I was going to send the paperwork over, but she got the paperwork incorrect. Still, I'm waiting, and it shouldn't take this long. It's been over 2 weeks. I've never had to wait this long to book a hotel. So I apologize for that. It's out of my hands. This hotel, like, I don't see me staying anywhere else. So ladies, for April, I will have that information out. So please bear with me. I'm going to talk to somebody Monday. Hopefully the situation will be rectified. I'm working on it. It's out of my hands. So I'll be able to release all that information, start with taking deposits, because I know people have been inboxing me like, hey, I want to go ahead and pay my deposit. I do not want to take your money until I know exactly what's what. Okay. And that everything is stable. It's all about stability. Okay. What happened after that? Sunday, went to church. Okay. Haven't been to church in 2 weeks. Not good, but I've been out of town. But it felt good to be back. It felt really good to be back. I also this weekend plugged in with a lot of the stuff from Matthew Stevenson, which he was talking about relationships with other people and relationships with your friend. Well, relationships with friends, other people, boyfriends, wives, husbands, spouse, like all kind of things. And I wanted to talk about something really quick, which I've changed my profile picture to I'm a big deal. I am a big deal. And it was something that he talked about within, I'm sorry about this pen and you're going to have to see notes, sorry. Something that he talked about that really resonated with me about being a big deal. And these past couple of weeks, I've done videos that I've been extremely open about my feelings and emotional things, the things I've been feeling. And I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't, be sharing them. But just how I'm made now, I didn't used to be this way, but how I'm made now, I know that when I'm going through something and I feel that thing, I gotta release it. And I know I have a friend that's just like, that's weird. Like, I don't understand. But for me, and I think for most people, when you release stuff, it just makes you feel better and it takes it off of you. Like when I release it, I don't think about it anymore. Like if whatever it is, I work on it or I'm mindful not to do, whatever got me to that place or whatever, but I'm not constantly like reliving X, Y, and Z. Excuse me. And when I did the video, which I didn't post it, but when I did the video on body insecurities and how I was feeling, covering up and all that good stuff, I got a text message that morning from somebody saying, sis, that video was on point. So again, whether people look at my stuff and whether they comment and tell me about it or not, I know I've got over 100 and some odd views. I know you're not looking just to be looking, and I'm not saying anything that's not resonating with you. I think as not even as women, but as men, as people, we all have insecurities. Even men have insecurities. Now, they may not talk about them as much, but somebody got to talk about it, and we got to work on it. Like, especially with body insecurities. And I know sometimes with, how the world is now. I'm not big on comparison. The past few years, I have not been big on comparison. Maybe on down the road, but I just know I want to be a better version of myself. But we got to talk about it, and I'm going to continue to talk about it no matter how weird somebody or some people say it is. Like, I don't understand, but it is releasing. And like I said a few weeks ago, we, especially as Black people, are taught not to talk about our feelings, and we hold on to a lot of things from our childhood that still lives in us today, and it affects how we reason now. It affects how we treat people. It affects how we live from something that happened years ago. Like, I'm not a big hugger. I have a friend that's like, your hugging is piss poor. And it is, because I didn't grow up with it. But how long ago has that been? And I've been married for how long? And I hug my daughter all the time. But that's still something That happened a long time. I'm not big on touching. It's just, you know, but that happened a long time ago. So we still have things that we hold on to from, children. And we're always taught, like I said, what goes on in this house stays in this house. We don't talk about that. And people still live their life like that. And people are scared to share their emotions because they feel like they're going to get hurt. Why? Because once you probably at some point shared your emotions and somebody shut you down. Don't, because I said so. Well, why is my daughter is like that? She asks a whole lot of questions, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, because I said so. But that's not an answer. Children want to know, why did this happen? Sometimes you can't answer, or you weren't put in a situation to be able to ask questions. It's because I said so. Or things happen and everything got shut down, so you don't share your emotions. I used to be that way. I'm not like that anymore. If something is bothering me, I want to talk about it. I can't hold on to it. And some people don't know how to communicate that way. And that bothers me. Like, it's hard for me to have a relationship with people who are block everything off. Like, they want to, I got the surface talk, but people who just, I'm kind of like that sometimes, but if I get to know you and we're in relationship, like, I want to talk about some stuff. I just do. Anyway, I went all off on a tangent. Was not trying to. Listen, I just want to say this last thing about being a big deal. So the sermon that I heard, he was talking about insecurities, which was really good, and being insecure within yourself. And when you know who you are, you kind of set boundaries for the people that you deal with. And I was like, yes, it was really, really good. But just thinking and knowing that you are a big deal. And even in your weakness, which I always say everything is in the Bible. Everything is in the Bible. I don't care what you need to know about. It's always in there. But the scripture is 2 Corinthians 12:9. And it's talking about boasting in your weakness. And it's a long scripture. And I should have had my Bible open and I don't. But go and look at it. 2 Corinthians 12:9. And he was talking about boasting in your weakness. And it just brought me back to the past 2 weeks about me talking about my weaknesses and my insecurities, which I kind of have the past month, about things that, maybe I might wrestle with, or, something that passes, through my mind, and I talk about them. And the good thing about talking about your weaknesses is, which I've also done in my book, is when somebody knows, like if I tell on myself, you can't hold anything over my head. And that's what I love. People get in trouble or get, like, just say, for instance, well, I can't even call Trump, but we'll call Trump. When I don't even know how many, we won't even talk about him. God bless him. But let's just say I do something I have no business doing and nobody knows. Okay. Then I turn around and, well, nobody knows. Let's say somebody found out at random, because it involved me and somebody else. Let's say somebody else found out at random. That somebody else can come and blackmail me and say, you know what? I'm going to tell X, Y, and Z because I know X, Y, and Z. But if I come around and say, you know what? Let me tell this person what I did. Or let me tell y'all or whoever what I did. That takes the power away from the person who's trying to tell something, because I'm going to tell on myself. And that's how I want to try to live my life. To tell on me before you tell on me, because the enemy can't do nothing with that. He can't do nothing with that. If you tell on yourself, he has nothing to hold over your head. If you tell on yourself, nobody has anything to hold over your head, right? So I want to try to, not perfect, but try to live as open as I can. As open as I can. And everything in my life, everything, whether I tell you on here or I share it with somebody else in private because of my coaching, I'm going to tell it. So if you're attached to me in any way, have been, or just know you're a part of my story, whether you want to be or not. I had a friend of mine tell me, you know what? I'm an unwilling participant as your muse or something like that. I already told you, you know how I operate. If you are a part of me, if you've dealt with me in any situation, we've had any kind of circumstance, any kind of conversation, if it is relevant to somebody else's healing and getting free from something, I'm going to tell it. I may not tell who you are because I do protect your privacy. Absolutely. I'm not that way. But if it's a story that's going to break somebody free from something, I'm going to tell it. Like I said, it may not be live here on Facebook, but if I felt led by the Holy Spirit to, if somebody's going through something that I went through, I'm going to tell it. Sis, I was faced with that, and this is what I did. And yeah, I messed up, but this is how I came through. Because somebody needs to hear it. You are overcome by the word of your testimony. Listen, let me tell y'all something. This weekend was great for me. Like, I feel so good. I don't know if it's the detox, it's God, it's a combination of things, it's the meeting. This weekend was good. And I am a big deal. And not only am I a big deal, but you're a big deal. Say it with me. I am a big deal. I'm a big deal. I'm a big deal. And I can feel good about saying that. I can. I really can. I can. And I can say that now because years ago I did not think so. I didn't. So I have a new shirt that I've created. I'm a big deal. And I'm going to put the link below. And I'm excited. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm excited about life. I'm excited about where I'm going. I'm excited. I am. And I'm about to lose the rest of this weight, baby. Listen, y'all, I know y'all look at the pictures and be like, oh, I'm still losing weight. And that's why I chose the diet that I'm on. I'm not even going to call it a diet, but the intermittent fasting. It's not really restrictive. So I can still kind of eat, not what I want, but it's not really restrictive and I can still lose weight. So don't trip when you see the fried wings on the page. Don't trip when you see the ice cream. Don't trip. Don't do it. Okay. I think that's it. I had a good weekend. I did. Very productive. And oh, the little lady at the Waffle House too, honey. Listen, I must have been like, even with this wig on, honey, I don't know why I used to wear it, and I really liked this wig before, but now it's just like, and Kenny was like, Mama, I don't know about that. I don't like that anymore. I said, baby, I'm going to have my hair long next. Where's my appointment? Saturday, so it'll be back right Saturday, but I think I'm going to start wearing my hair long again like I used to. Let's see. Yeah, because it's about to be winter coming up. Fall weather. The weather was so good. The weather. Y'all, this crock pot is about to get a workout. Do you hear me? It's about to get a workout. It is. I love the fall. My daughter was like, Mommy, when we gonna get some hot chocolate? Don't fret, sis. Mommy got you. She got you. Also, just really quick, I was talking to my husband this week. I'm sorry this video was so long. I was talking to my husband this weekend and we had a great conversation. I love him so much. Listen, I made a post earlier in the week about really ladies taking care of your man. I know with women, he need to do this for me, and he does. I got it. But I'm going to tell you what really made a difference in my marriage, just looking back a few years ago, is when I started becoming really selfless and giving myself more to him. And I'm not even going to say when I didn't want to, but really telling him how much I appreciated him and showing him, babe, because he would always say, if you don't tell me, how will I know? And he got that from his granny, but it's the truth. So we always, both of us, made a decision a few years ago, maybe like 5-6 years ago, to make sure that we tell each other why we appreciate each other. And it makes a huge difference. And I remember when I first started doing it, I am exactly what I put on the page. I would pull him to the side and look him in his eye and tell him, babe, I love you and I thank you because of X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. And I would name down because one thing about him, listen, you talking about I wouldn't even marry him if he didn't. He is a wonderful provider for my daughter and myself, but he was that when we were dating. So I already knew what time of day it was. But the small thing, I told him. And I made sure I had something to back it up, whether it was some loving and or a meal, or go spend time, peace at home, whatever it was. I made sure I had something, a present, a token of whatever it was. And listen, every time it worked like clockwork. When you are selfless and you give to your spouse, and I'm not talking, I don't know what kind of spouse you have or that, whatever. I know mine. When I fed into him, he fed me right back. And I'm not talking about food, but he know that's my love language anyway, so he would take me out or cook or whatever. But when I was giving and pouring into him, he always made sure to give it back. Is our marriage perfect? Absolutely not. But we as people, period, yourself, we need to hear what we're doing right. We need to feel appreciated. And women, and I charge the women to this more so because it's always said that the men need to show us, show us, show us. But we need to show them too, especially if you have a man that goes out and works every day and provides. Especially. And I'm telling you now, ladies that are married, if you're not giving your husband some a few times a week, you need to get on your job. And I would go into detail about that, but I'm going to let it ride. And another thing, when I was listening to Matthew Stevenson, which was true, you need to schedule sex. If it ain't just jumping off to jump off, you need to make sure you got him on the calendar. I don't care if you have children or not. Make sure you got your man on the calendar. Make sure that you put time out for date night to get to know him. Because those children are going to be 18 and leave, and what y'all going to be doing? Sitting there looking at each other, doing what? No, when my daughter leaves, I still needed to be jumping off. Huh? Okay, I'm just saying. So anyway, just pour into your man. Ladies, pour into your man. Pour into your man. Man, I wish I could tell this whole story about me and my husband, but I cannot right now. But I'm excited about the reset button that has been hit over our lives. And yeah, that's all I can think to share right now. And thank you for joining me today. My weekend was awesome. And it's time to get out of gear. Like, the last quarter is here, right? So we're going to be going into the first quarter coming up. What you going to do? I'm talking to entrepreneurs. It's time to get our lives together. It's been time, but hey. But anyway, I'm going to quit rambling. You are a big deal. I am a big deal. I'm excited. Please stay tuned to allthingsregan.com. I'm still working. But I'm excited, and I'm excited about the meeting I had today. Not today, but Saturday, and I'm excited. So anyway, you guys join me this week. I'll probably be popping on here and there. No, I'm not. I take that back because it's her, baby. No, ma'am. No, sir. No ham, no spam. Okay. Stay tuned for the end part of this when you're going to meet Kelly Blankenship, and she's going to be talking about her business. And I want you to see my feet and all the bad stuff that came out of my body, but through my feet, not nothing else. You guys have a blessed day. Talk to you later. Stay tuned to Regan Says. Bye. All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Regan Adams with All Things Regan. Thank you for joining me today. So, as promised, I am here talking to Kelly Blankenship, and she's going to talk about her business, which is Agape. So I'm going to let her explain a little bit about it so I don't mess it up. So she's going to tell you everything. And after this video, you're going to see my personal experience with her business. So Kelly, go ahead and introduce yourself and your business.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly Blankenship, and I am the owner of Agape Holistic Center. We are a center that specializes in biofeedback, LED light therapy, ionic foot detoxes. We also do infrared body wraps to help contour your body. So if you're trying to lose a little weight, this is a great modality for that. And then we also have teeth whitening with our system that attaches to our lights. So it's very safe for you. The strongest chemical is food grade hydrogen peroxide, and then it uses the lights to naturally whiten your teeth. So no sensitivity or pain with it. I've been in the business for about 5 years. I love what I do. Our atmosphere that we try to create here is one of love and acceptance. And we hope that when you come in, you just feel relaxed and have a great experience. Most of our modalities, you kick back and you sleep for about an hour, hour and a half. We go to work and you get the benefit.
All right. All right. Thanks. So if you would just give everybody your contact information
Okay.
in case someone wants to further discuss what you do and how
Okay.
you do it and where you're at. So if you could
Okay.
just go ahead and introduce where that information, that would be awesome.
Okay. We have a website and Instagram. Our phone number is 865-684-8427. Our email is the number 4, agapehc@gmail.com. It is in our home. We're out in deep west Knoxville, out toward the Hardin Valley area. And we have it in our home so that, here again, it just amplifies that relaxing, comforting feeling. And it's a very tranquil setting out here. So we hope that you come out here and enjoy a session with us.
Yes, it is very tranquil and I'm very relaxed. So, you guys, please give her a call and check out their information. I give this place 2 thumbs up. And if you know me, you know I'm extremely picky and I don't deal with everybody, but I definitely believe this holistic center is the truth. So, you guys, please be sure to check her out and check out my experience right after this. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Thank you. This is our body contouring wrap room. We use infrared body wraps and wrap your body up and tuck you in really nice and warm in the bed. And for about 40 minutes, you sweat out toxins and it helps reshape your body.
I need a reshaping, I'll tell you that.
It's quite relaxing, actually.
Go.
This is one of our light therapy rooms. Whenever you come in, you're always in a dimly lit room. You have a comfy recliner, pillows, and blankets. And then our LED light systems, depending on what you're here for. We had 1,000 different frequencies that we could work with so that whether you need help with insomnia or pain or weight loss or a nice facial, we have all that here for you.
And this is Kelly's product area. And she's got a lot of different things. And here's also her pricing list of her services.
So in this room, we have our ionic foot bath. We also have a vibe plate that we use to help break up inflammation and edema issues in your feet. We have our biofeedback system, and we have another LED light therapy system. Whenever we do the biofeedback, we like to couple the light therapy in with the biofeedback so that it's just a more relaxing experience. And then whenever we have our spa days or women's events or whatever small groups, gatherings, we'll bring in a massage therapist or we'll bring in someone that's an esthetician to do facials or massages. And then you literally just go from room to room and modality to modality. You have snacks and you just enjoy some girl time.
Okay, everybody, so I showed you a picture of my feet before. Now it's pulling all the toxins out of my body, and you see, if you can get in there, that my water is getting really gross. And I've only been sitting in here for maybe a minute. So I have, well, of course, my eating has been terrible the past few weeks, but also like environment and things of that nature. The toxins are already coming out. So my water, I can't imagine what it's going to look like when I'm finished, but it's already looking gross, but that's a good thing. You guys join me here in a second when you're going to see the finished product of all the toxins or most of the toxins that are in my body coming out through my feet. Talk to you later. Okay, everybody. So look at all the crap in my body. Well, not all of it, but it's a bunch of crap. That is crazy. So this stuff does work. Excuse my ashy legs. But it does work. So I want, and you can actually kind of see metal pieces in there.
Sorry, the lighting's not great.
Yeah, that's okay. You can see the metal pieces that have come out of my body through my feet. So I do suggest this, but just check the video out here in a second. Watch me. We'll be back.